Hey guys, I'm Jamie Robinson with Residential Assisted Living Academy. This is actually my company, one of our homes. This is Walnut Creek here in Dalton, Georgia. Beautiful setting. You'll see it right here next to the creek. A lot of people ask me, why did you name it Walnut Creek? Well, it's on Walnut Avenue and it has a beautiful creek in front of it. So it's easy to identify. We were attracted to this property because it's on a kind of a busy road. It's the busiest road here in Dalton, Georgia. So we get a ton of exposure from that. They see the beautiful house, they see the setting. So when we first purchased this house, it was the brick part that you see here behind me. It looked much like this when we bought it. It was a beautiful house to begin with. Now on this side, all of the darker part, that's all the addition. So it was around 3,500 square feet when we purchased it. We added on about 3,500, actually about 3,800 square feet. So we're there at about 7,500 or so square feet. So much larger. This home features 13 bedrooms, 15 bathrooms, an on-site salon, beautiful enclosed courtyard with a large waterfall that we're going to show you in just a minute. This is the level 5 home for this area, and the residents here in the community have responded beautifully. We're almost full. We've only been open for a few months, and it's just in super high demand. We found that when you offer a top-notch quality product in the right area, people respond, and they are definitely coming in, and they appreciate what we brought to this community. This is actually a memory care home, so people with cognitive or brain change. I know we talk about that a lot as sort of a niche in the assisted living arena, but that's kind of our niche. That's what we focus on. We noticed that there was a really large demand for that here in this area. So I want to bring you inside, show you all the beautiful amenities that this home has, and really what sets us apart from anyone else who may be a competition around here. All right, so we're just entering Walnut Creek. So immediately I want to kind of show you a few things that would be different from a regular home. Again, this home for people with cognitive decline, brain change, or what's commonly referred to as memory care. So all of the doors have access control, so someone can't easily just come up and open them. Now, our home, and a lot of these like this, have a couple of different ways you can access the home. One is to punch in a code into this keypad, which would then open the door, or another, which I actually like, it's more secure. You have these little fobs. So I issue these to all the staff, all of the resident families, so that they can easily come up. It beeps, you open the door. When you close it, it automatically locks back again. So very easy to do, very easy to keep up with these. I can turn these on and off as someone leaves, whether it's a resident's family or a staff member. If they're no longer with us, we can turn this off even if they don't physically give it back to us. So very secure way to have your home. Secondly, have some hand sanitizer, gives it just a reminder right there. Let's just be safe as people are coming in and out. And then you'll notice this little panel right here. So this home is under fire suppression. So this controls all of that. It's kind of the brain for all that. And then a pull lever if there is an emergency, someone can pull that easily. All right, so here at Walnut Creek, it was very important to us that we had a nice, quiet sitting place for people to read. Just on either side of the door, we're gonna see some bookshelves. They're nice, comfortable furniture, high back. This one actually reclines out. A lot of people like to just sit in here, play games without a TV blaring. A lot of times in these homes, you'll have a TV, and due to the hearing loss, they like to listen to the TV really loud. So this room gives people a place to kind of escape from all of that and have a little bit of peace and quiet when they need to. A lot of our residents like to play chess or checkers, and there's some other board games that they play here. Family comes over, grandchildren. It just gives another secondary place off of the main living area to kind of have that private setting. Excellent, so where we are, this is a media room. So this room is meant to be kind of loud. I just muted the TV because if not, it'd be way too loud. But you can see all of the seating here. These are all power lift recliners. They're gonna bring people into a full upright position. And just on my other side here, you'll see this is an 86-inch TV. It's important to get the largest you can get for the space. A lot of times people have a problem with vision and also hearing, so we try to have a big picture, powerful sound, but this is just a really nice place where people can come. Our residents love to make their popcorn, have movie nights here on Friday night. And as you can see, a lot of the artwork is artwork that they are familiar with. You'll see Elvis there, Johnny Cash and June Carter. We also have Marilyn Monroe and Lucy around the wall, so they're comfortable. They know who these people are, and they just overall feel more at home here in this space. Okay, so right above me is a very special light that we found. In this area, as we were doing our remodel, we found that there wasn't as much natural light as we really would have liked with windows and doors and things like that. It's right off of our media room. So we're able to find this really neat light fixture. So directly above me, it's about 6 by 8, and it covers this space, and it looks like a skylight looking out. The best part about it is you don't have to do any maintenance to it. It's completely an electrical fixture, not very expensive, and we can change the panels out throughout the year for spring, fall, summer, whatever we would like to show. Okay, so in this room, this is our medication management room. It's very important that you keep medications secured, where we know who's coming in, who's going out. There's a couple of ways to control that. There's a lock on the door. There's also a camera directly above that. So as the caregivers come in, they can pass meds. All that can be kept accountable. So you'll see each resident has their own tub with all the medications in it, as well as a computer to track that. We use an electronic medication record, which means that everything's backed up from here directly to the pharmacy. So if there's anything gets changed or canceled or discontinued, as they say, we get it instantly, so the care staff can pull that out and not pass that med. But a room like this is very important in a secured place, preferably in the interior, right in the center of the home, because you're normally passing meds right around meal times. So just next to us on the other side of this wall is the kitchen and the dining room, so they can come right here, get the meds, go right there and pass them. So this is one of the hallways where we have 5 suites on this end. And as you'll see, as we're going down the hallway, we named each one of these after a predominant road here in the city of Dalton where we are. So you can do suite 1, suite 2, suite 3, but we chose it to do like this is the Valley Suite. It helps people, especially with cognitive decline, place an actual road, a memory to where they live, so they can more easily find their room. Now you could make this named after birds. You could have the Blue Jay Suite or the Bluebird, and the Cardinal Suite. You could use your imagination there. But I think that giving them a unique identification on each room really helps people to place exactly where they need to go. Now, another thing you're going to see here is this is actually a diagram of the home. It's going to show what's the safest place to get out in case of a fire. This is something you'll commonly see in most any commercial type business, or in a place like this where people may need to exit in case of an emergency. Now, one thing that we did was actually found a lot of local pictures. So this is a very historic area that we live in. So this was a picture from 1923 at a big mill close to here. So a lot of these residents actually lived or worked close by to this place, or their family worked there. So these are images that they would be used to that kind of reminds them of childhood and makes them feel more comfortable, something that they would have in their very own home. Another thing I want to show you is our handrails. So these handrails go all the way around the home, all the hallways. And we found a very inexpensive way to do that is by using a regular handrail material coated in a polyurethane, as opposed to a paint. Paint, a lot of times will chip off or rub off and kind of gets dirty, where this hard finish on the railing is much easier to keep clean. Now, one thing I want to show you down at the end of this hallway, which is pretty neat. Sometimes your fire marshal or authority will force you to do things that you might not want to do. And this is one of them. They force us to have an exit sign and put this big bright red fire extinguisher at the end of the hallway. So what we did is actually found a picture. This is of a fire station and a police department right here in the city of Dalton, blew it up and put it on either side, so it kind of blends in with the fire extinguisher, kind of hides it in a way, which makes it much more visually appealing. All right, so this is one of our residence rooms. This one's actually just staged right now. No one actually lives in here. They're moving in about 3 days, but this room is taken. There's a few things that I wanted to show you in here. There were kind of design elements that we incorporated into this home that we learned from our first home. So one I want to show you is each room in this home has a heat and air conditioner. So these are called a mini split system. or a P-tax system is another version of that. But what it does, it gives each resident the ability to get exactly the temperature that they want. So some people like it warmer, some people like it colder. This gives them that ability. One other thing I want to point out is we learned that doors that swing out into the room really take a lot of space. And when someone's in a wheelchair, that makes it a real challenge for them to get in and out. So what this is, it's a barn door, but you can see it actually has a soft close to it, and it doesn't take up a ton of space out into the room. And it also does not take up a ton of space in the bathroom. So moving into the bathroom, you can see we have an ADA vanity, so it's lower it's pushed in at the bottom, so someone in a wheelchair can come right up to it and move their feet underneath without being obstructed. As well as our showers, all are no return, so they come right in. It's easy to get in if they have a walker, a wheelchair. We use little removable shower seats so that they can sit down. They pull the shower head off, they're able to bathe the resident, and they have plenty of room to get in here to help them and assist them with whatever it is that they need. Another really cool thing that I'd like to show you that we learned here, so remember we do memory care here at this home, people that have cognitive decline, is this is what's called a Dutch door. So what that means is you pull that up and you can close just the bottom. The reason why that's really convenient, one, you can leave the top open and wave at your friend as they go by, or if you have someone who's roaming around and going into rooms, and not for a nefarious reason, but just confused and going into rooms, you can actually close it, lock it from the inside, and from the outside, it's locked. And normally they don't think to reach inside to open it from the inside, so the person in here can easily come and go, but it kind of cuts down on the confrontation that you have sometimes when people are at that stage of dementia where they might be roaming around through a house and kind of maybe irritating other residents. So anytime you can cut down on confrontation is always a good thing. All right, so welcome to the salon. So here you have a pretty normal salon chair. Now, this is a little bit different. This sink normally it wouldn't be mobile in a regular salon, where in this one actually leans down, makes it easier for people to recline their head back in there for washing. We have a beautician that actually comes once every 2 weeks to take care of the needs. She does hair and she also does nails, she does pedicures, manicures. The ladies absolutely love it, and it's another amenity that we can offer to our residents. There's another thing here I wanted to show you, this thing next to the salon chair. It is a weight pad. So basically you can lay it out flat, you can roll somebody onto it in a wheelchair, and we can get their weight. Sometimes you have to take people's weights every day, every other day, depending on what's going on with them, and chart those things for their medical care, for their care team. So that's what that allows us to do. I'd like you to come on around the corner here, something really special at this home. This is actually a step-in jetted whirlpool tub. A lot of the ladies, they love this thing. You can easily step inside of it. It fills up. We do have instant water heaters in this home, so you don't have to worry about running out of hot water at some point. So the resident would step in, close the gate, it fills up pretty quickly. It blows bubbles and has jets around the back. And then this one actually has a power assisted drain. So you can press that, it drains the whole thing out within about 1.5 minutes. So they're not sitting there in the cold for a long period of time. All right, so in this room, I wanted to give you an example of a semi-private room. So this room is about 4 feet larger than the other rooms in the house. Still comes with a 42-inch TV, has its own heat and air, its own private bath. But as you can see, this one's made for maybe 2 sisters, 2 friends. You could put 1 larger bed in here if it were for a married couple. The main thing is, instead of having 1 closet, you have 2. So they have their own separate storage space inside the room. That would really, or you could, we also rent these as a large private room. If somebody is willing to pay for that, they can have 1 bed, more of a table and chairs, and they just have extra closet space. Still have their own bathroom, but this gives you a little bit more versatility for the space. All right, so here we are in the courtyard here at Walnut Creek. This is fully secured. Remember, we do memory care, so people with cognitive brain change issues, sometimes they have a problem with eloping. So what I mean by that is they'll hit the door and they are off the reservation. So it's really important that we keep this area secured but give them enough independence where they can come and go and move around freely. It's very important that it's nice and flat. When we first took over, it was very uneven, had grass, had rocks, and it looked beautiful, but it wasn't nice and flat. So we came in and put in nice, flat, even pavers. There's no transitions coming in and out of the house, so it's easy for those residents that are using walkers or using wheelchairs. And I know that families really love to come out, have a meal, sit in the rocking chairs, listen to the waterfall, listening to all the birds chirping. It's really ended up just being an oasis here, right behind the home, very private, very safe and secure.